Playing Wipeout today, Barry Evans, a training officer from South Yorkshire, Lorraine Sims, an actor from Birmingham, and David Langford, a self-employed salesman from Lincolnshire. So let's meet the star of the show, Bob Monkhouse.
Hello, David. Hello, Loz. Hello, Barry.
Hi, Bob.
Nice to see you. Training officer, sir.
That's right, yeah.
That's what I heard Tom Edwards say. Where do you work?
In a call centre.
Call centre, right you are. And where did you work before?
I spent 20 years at a very famous glass factory.
Oh, yeah, I can't. Better not mention the name, but I suppose. Teaching what?
Many things, including fire extinguishers, how to use them, stripping them down.
That's important, of course. In these studios, it's very important. I've always wondered, if firefighters fight fire, what do freedom fighters do? Do you have time to go to the movies? Do you have a favourite movie?
Now and again, yeah. Full Monty.
The Full Monty?
Yeah, I love it.
I was nearly in that.
Yeah?
Yeah. I auditioned for the Full Monty. I did. I made the final audition, and the producer kept me waiting a month before saying I hadn't got the part. It's not right to keep you dangling like that. Picture my dismay. You agree with me, don't you, Loz?
I do indeed,
As an actor, you had to wait to be told whether you're getting a part.
Oh, yes.
And when you get it, oh, thank heavens. What have you done recently on TV?
I was in Doctors recently.
Oh, lovely. I love Doctors. It follows this show on BBC One.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. These days there's more actors playing doctors than there are doctors acting like doctors. In the theatre, when someone's taken ill, they go, "Is there an actor in the house?" Expect us to know everything. Did you meet the stars while you were doing that?
Christopher Timothy, yes.
Oh, he's lovely,
He's
man.
lovely, yeah.
Yeah. He used to play James Herriot, didn't he?
That's right,
I was
yeah.
playing a doctor. I'd hate to have him examine me on his surgery tip. Get me on the surgery tip. Because he accidentally slipped back into his previous character. Oh. David, you're a salesman?
Yes, a little bit of a misnomer. I actually run my own company with my wife, and we specialise in producing stationery for large companies and for vets all over the country.
Gosh, it's computer stationery for vets?
Yep.
Well, I guess they're just the people to go to if you have trouble with your mouse or your RAM. would you please make our guest feel welcome? Thank you. That was lovely, thank you. Mad on her movies, or Madonna movies. Mad on her movies, Madonna movies. Oh, who writes this stuff? We are talking about Madonna. Of course we're talking about Madonna. Madonna has played major roles in more than a dozen movies. Can you find the right 11? Loz gets to go first, so Loz, pick me a Madonna movie.
Evita, please.
As Eva Peron? Yes, wonderful performance too.
Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy. Yeah, based on the famous American comic strip by Chester Gould.
Desperately Seeking Susan.
That was her first big hit, wasn't it? She was the much-sought Susan herself, was she not? Yes, Madonna was.
A League of Their Own.
Really? Well, she was part of
I
the
believe so.
baseball team.
I think she was, yes.
Oh, with Gina Davis. I remember Gina Davis and Tom Hanks in it. Madonna, were you in a League of Their Own? Yeah, forgive me. Baseball player, yeah.
And I'll pass.
Okie dokie. David, we're with you with 7 good answers. 5 wipeouts undiscovered, of course.
Who's that girl?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you're right. Who's that girl? We think it's Madonna. Yeah, 1987, I think. Starring Madonna and Griffin Dunn. Didn't see much of him lately.
And I think I'll pass, Bob.
All right, you are, David. Obviously, we found a perfect subject for you. Barry, are you good at this one?
Body of Evidence.
Oh, yes. Strange film. Not entirely successful. Accused of murdering her lover with an unusual weapon, herself. Was that Madonna? Yes. Well chosen, Barry. Do you see that?
I haven't, no.
Well, I think she suffocates someone with her thighs or something. Very weird. It's £50. Double it?
The Next Best Thing.
The leading lady, pregnant by her gay best friend, played by Rupert Everett. Yes, well done, sir.
And now I'll pass. Big
Right.
Bob.
You have £200 to look after. We have 5 unfound wipeouts, Loz, but we have 4 good answers worth £200 in total.
I'll try Dangerous Game.
Well, an actress played an actress in that film, and you are an actress, so perhaps somewhere deep in your instinctive feeling of ESP, you know that Dangerous Game starred Madonna? It did.
And I will pass, thank you.
Yes, that was a dangerous moment, a dangerous game you were playing. David, you have £50. Can you double it with one of the 3 correct answers?
4 rooms?
It was called a comedy, and it was awful. And if Madonna is in it and watching this show, I hope she blushes. 4 rooms. Yeah.
And I'll pass, please,
Yes,
Bob.
I would pass on that film, too, if I were you. Well, I didn't like it. You may have gathered that. Barry, you have £100. We only have 2 correct answers on the grid.
The Good Mother.
Oh, The Good Mother. The Good Mother. Diane Keaton was in that. Is it going to cost you £100 to find out Madonna wasn't? Oh, the bad mummy. A bad mummy has taken away your £100. Loz, there's one less Wipeout. There's that to be thankful for.
Take a bow.
That's a hit record by Madonna. Did she make a film called Take a Bow? Ouch! Only 3 Wipeouts, aren't they? Wicked Wipeouts, too. David.
Blue in the face, Bob.
Was Madonna a celebrity guest star in a film called Blue in the Face? Yes, she was. Very well played. I didn't know that myself.
I think I'll pass to Barry.
I think you should. Barry, there's still a chance to make 50 quid, but I'm afraid there's only one chance. Only one answer is correct.
I can see her doing it. I have no idea whether she did or not, but I can see Madonna being right. I'm going to say Mae West.
Yes, she'd be perfect casting.
She would, whether she has been or not.
I don't know. Did Madonna ever portray the star Mae West? Didn't do it. Loz, one correct answer. Only one.
Bloodhounds of Broadway.
Well, we're saying yes to Bloodhounds of Broadway. Yes for Randy Quaid. Well played. Oh, thank goodness for that. Take a look at those scores. Oh, well, now, Barry, he's given me 2 correct answers, and yet hasn't got the money because he got wiped out. Loz, she's given me 6 correct answers. She has 50 quid to show for that. But David's given me 3 right answers, and he hasn't hit a wipeout. So it's David who starts our next grid with the first bid, and it's called... Oh, my darling. Oh, yes, which of these words and phrases are to be found in Percy Montrose's song, My Darling Clementine? David.
49er, Bob.
Oh, yes. I guess it happened in 1849, or the minor was a 49er.
49er.
Yeah. Father was called a 49er because the gold strike was in 1849. Is that correct? Yes, well done. David, you have £200 banked.
I think her shoes were number 9.
Size of Clem's very large footwear? Yeah.
Foaming brine.
Is that what she fell into?
Fell into.
The water that Clem fell into. The foaming brine.
A cavern.
Oh, there's a cavern...
In a canyon.
In a canyon, yes, there's a cavern in a canyon. That's where Pa was digging, wasn't it, David?
I think so.
Yeah, we think Daddy was in the cavern. Yes, that's not the one in Liverpool.
And I think I'll pass to Barry, please.
Well, you did very well there. You've amassed 350 quid. But, Barry, you could amass exactly the same amount if you could find all the 7 correct answers.
Railway line.
Railway line? You think there's a railway line somewhere in Clementine? Well, it rhymes with Clementine, wouldn't it? It would rhyme very nicely. Are any railways mentioned in the song My Darling Clementine? Well, you've lost nothing, Barry, because there was nothing there to lose. Loz, you have £50 to double or lose.
Fairy.
What?
Fairy.
On the bottom line, light she was, and like a fairy. Yes.
I'll pass.
All righty. Keep looking at it. David, £350, and 4 wipeouts want to take it away from you. Don't let them.
Weeping father.
I suppose after she fell in the foaming brine, he would be a bit upset. Oh, £350, David is betting on a weeping father. No, not those words. We are told that Dad does pine, which rhymes with Clementine. Barry, there's only 3 wipeouts.
Golden Nugget, Bob.
Yeah, what a name for a joint. The prospector, did he ever find any golden nuggets in the song? Oh, Barry, you are doing Loz and David a favour. There's only 2 wipeouts now, Loz. 6 correct answers, obviously.
I would imagine they took her to a churchyard.
Where the unfortunate Clem was buried underneath myrtle boughs in a churchyard. Yes.
And I'll pass.
Yes. David, 5 correct answers.
Splinter.
Clem tripped over a splinter and she ended up in the water, did she not? Yes, that's absolutely right, David. Well done.
And I'll pass to Barry.
Yes. Barry, you're looking at 6 answers, 2 are wipeouts.
Herring boxes.
Yes, I was waiting for someone to pick herring boxes. She had very big feet, if you remember. Herring boxes without topses. Her sandals were for Clementine. That's restored 50 quid to you. Well done, you've broken the jinx.
I'm going to pass now.
Yeah, I think you should. Loz, 3 correct, 2 incorrect.
Golden hair.
You think her golden hair was...
Possibly.
In the water?
Yes, I hope so.
Is Clementine's hair colour mentioned at all in the lyric of the song Clementine? Cost £150. 150 quid, that hairdo. Now there's only one incorrect answer out of those four, David.
Little sister.
Heartless last words are, but I kissed her little sister and forgot my Clementine. Isn't that cruel? You have £100, David. There's one wipeout, two correct answers.
I'll pass to Barry, please.
Right. Barry, two correct, one incorrect.
Well, we'd better say I'm going to get the wrong one. But we've already guessed she fell into some water.
Yes.
So I'm guessing when she fell into the water, she was blowing bubbles.
The outcome of this game is beginning to depend on something like blowing bubbles. Saw her lips above the water blowing bubbles mighty fine. Well done. Pass, I think.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely guaranteed.
Loz, you've given me 8 correct answers, Loz. By rights, you should have all that money, £400. But, alas, you're wiped out. You have nothing at the moment. Can you find the correct answer here?
I would guess a wheelbarrow.
A wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Molly Malone's wheelbarrow. Cockles and mussels. Oh, dear. Oh, dear, I'm so sorry, that's wrong. Ducklings was right. Drove she ducklings to the water every morning just at 9, and that's where she drowned, and that's where Loz just perished, I fear. As you can see, both Barry and David have £100 and so qualify for going into our second round. But I have to say to Loz, the lovely actress, it's paperweight time.
Thank you.
And being a fine actress, she keeps a brave smile on her face. Keep that up into our camera, please, Loz, as we congratulate you on playing a good game. Ladies and gentlemen, Loz.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Premonitions are coming up now as David and Barry offer up a prophecy as to how many spot-on answers they can spot on the grid out of the dozen on display. David answered most questions correctly, so he gets first bid on the first grid, the title of which is Initial Successes. Which 8 of the 12 answers on our grid are the titles of feature films, genuine feature films, as distinct from the 4 that have been made up by our question setters? Here come the titles. CB, DNA, DOA, GOC, JFK, OSS, WUSA, UHF, SOB, PTO, MMI, and IQ. 8 of those initial titles are real movies, and 4 are inventions. How many do you think you could pick off the grid, David, of the 8 correct ones?
I'll try 4, Bob, please.
4 on bid. Any advance on 4, Barry?
No, none of them ring a bell at all, so no.
Right.
Let David
Then,
play
David,
4.
could we have your quartet of movies?
DOA.
DOA. There have been a few films with this title, latest being with Dennis Quaid and Meg Ryan. It means Dead on Arrival. I preferred the version with Edmund O'Brien.
JFK.
JFK. Stunning film, Oliver Stone movie. About the assassination of the great president.
Sorry.
So, no, go ahead.
SOB.
Do you remember it?
I do. It was...
Julie Andrews.
Julie Andrews, yes.
Yep. Her husband directed it, and she was topless in one scene. That's what most people remember, I think. At least people like me. SOB. Now, we only need one more. You win this grid, David.
UHF.
UHF on the bottom line. Let's see if there was ever a movie called UHF. Yes, ultra high frequency. Very well done. Away with the wipeouts, which included CB, GOC, and PTO, and MMI. But the other ones are genuine. Well, there's fascinating stuff for you. David leaves 1 grid to 0, gets the first bid on our second grid. Here's the title. Wise as an owl, and gentlemen you will need to be. 8 owls are perched on our grid, but there are also 4 wipeouts ready to deceive you. Barn, Little, Lear, Snowy, Tawny, Boobook, Urus, Hawk, Burrowing, Eurasian Eagle, Giggling, and Bobo. 8 of those are real owls. If you give a hoot, David, tell me how many.
I'll try 4 again, please, Bob.
I have 4 owls on offer. Do I hear 5 owls?
Yeah, I'll play 5.
I have 5 owls. Do I hear 6?
I'll let Barry go for 5.
OK, 5 owls, please, Barry.
Barn owl.
A barn owl in the top left-hand corner. With his beautiful white heart-shaped face. I love barn owls.
Snowy.
Snowy owls, top right-hand corner. Generally has white plumage, adapted to the Arctic region.
Tawny.
Tawny, below where we had snowy. Very common owl found in Europe and Asia.
Little.
Little owl, top line. An owl that's little, tiny one. Yes, one more correct answer wins the grid.
And a Eurasian eagle.
That's in the bottom left-hand corner. Is the Eurasian eagle really a large owl? Yes, with distinctive tufts on the ears. It is. Away! Away with the wipeouts, which are Lear and Bobo and Giggling and Eurocid, an extinct wild ox. Doesn't look anything like an owl. Anyway, Barry wins this round of the game, and he will get first pick on our decider. Here's the tiebreaker. In bloom, which 8 of these 12 terms are parts of a flower? Here they come. Stigma, nacelle, ovary, filament, stamen, sepals, and anther, and microspores, and fenestella, and ovolo, and lampus, and style. Well, 8 of them are parts of a flower, 4 are not. Barry, of the 8 correct parts, how many could you name?
I'm going to have a go at 4.
4 I'm bid. Do I hear 5, David?
I'll try 5, Bob.
5 I'm bid. Do I hear 6?
No, let David try his 5.
All right. David, 5 parts of a flower, please, sir.
The anther.
And the bottom right-hand corner of the grid. The fertile part, producing pollen.
The stigma.
Top left-hand corner. The part where the pollen is received.
The stamen.
The stamen on the right-hand side of the grid. Male organ, structure that carries pollen.
Sepals.
Sepals on the right-hand side of the grid again. Green, leaf-like structure enclosing the flower. One more correct answer wins the grid and your right to play for your holiday on today's Wipeout, David.
Fenestella.
You say fenestella. If you're right, if it is a part of a flower, then you will play for your holiday on today's show. If, however, you're wrong, Control, of course, we'll pass to Barry. Fenestella. Fenestella is a little window or wall opening, but not part of a flower. Barry, one correct answer steals the grid.
Should I say it nacelle?
Nacelle, yes, on the top line, I think nacelle. If you're right about nacelle being part of a flower, you will play for your holiday. It's the streamlined body of an aircraft. Control is back to you, David. One correct answer is your gateway to our Wipeout wings.
Style.
You say style over on the left. If style is part of a flower, you'll play for your holiday with me. If it's not, Control will go back to Barry. Thin part of the carpel, the female organ of the flower. Well played. Away with the wipeouts, which were, obviously, nacelle, ovolo, and fenestella, we know, and lampas, which is a swelling in a horse's mouth. Ooh, well done, David. And commiserations, Barry. It's been fun for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been good. I enjoyed it.
That's great. We have, of course, our Wipeout designer wine goblets as a souvenir for you. Thank you very much. Would you please thank Barry for me, folks? David, join me at the game control. David, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for David Langford, who I haven't seen for a long time, but we were together on Bob's Full House many years ago. He won £100 in the main game. We'd love you to win your Wipeout wings. Where would you like them to take you?
Well, we've got a silver wedding anniversary coming up, and I think I'd like to spend it in Toulouse.
Toulouse? Oh, the only time in your life that in order to get to Toulouse, you have to win. Okay, let's pick a category. And your choice of category is, David?
Geography, please, Bob.
Geography. I'm not very good at that myself. Could we know where in the world it is? On the Blue Danube. Through which of these countries does the River Danube flow on its long course across Europe? OK, we'll show you 12 countries. 6 of them have the River Danube going through them, OK? May we see the countries? Austria, Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Germany, Poland, Croatia, Turkey, Switzerland, Romania, Hungary, Italy, Macedonia. In the top left-hand corner, we want to see a 6, telling us you've got all the half dozen. Top right-hand corner of the Monkhouse Minute will let you know how it's going, but I'll let you know how it's going. A minute to win it. Good luck on this, David. A minute to win it starting now, sir. Germany. Bulgaria and Austria makes 3. Hungary makes 4. Macedonia makes 5. And Romania makes 6. Only one is wrong. Can you take out the one that's wrong? What's in turkey? You've only used 20 seconds. Same thing. One is wrong. You haven't used half a minute yet. Must take out the one that's wrong. Takes out turkey. If you want Macedonia, put it in again. Now, you've got 6. You've got 6. You've still got 25 seconds. 5. One is wrong. Takes out Macedonia, puts in the Czech Republic. We still have a quarter of a minute. One is wrong. Must take out the wrong one. 10 seconds to go. Romania comes up. Czech Republic goes in. David, you've only lit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You need a 6th one. Oh, David, oh, good Lord. You moved faster than I could believe you would move. Gosh, you were fast. Please show us the correct countries. Austria, Bulgaria, Germany, Hungary, Romania, Croatia was the one that escaped you. Oh, you got 5 out of 6. That's no disgrace.
Oh, well, c'est la vie.
OK, la vie. David, you're a good sport.
Thank you, Bob.
I remember that from all those years ago on the other game.
It was nice to see you again. It was great fun.
Good to see you, too. That was a heroic effort. You've got £100. I'm glad you're not leaving with nothing. Oh, listen, accept our 4 champagne flutes as a consolation prize.
Thank you.
They're really beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, David. As always, we end with the Monkhouse motto. A grandparent is for life, not just birthdays and Christmas. My wife's me up. Till next time.